in the act if we could. I think that's much better crime prevention. And personally, I think as far as even the secondary offense, I think that's even a reach. I think you ought to be able to just stop kids, and if they're out legally, they have a card, or they can say that. It doesn't take very long to check that out, and I feel bad that you had that experience. But, I mean, I go through the metal detectors at the airport every time I go through there. And I do it because they're trying to protect us. They're trying to, protect each of us from, I'm trying to do a Bushism here, from ne'er-do-wells or whatever they call them. But, and that's kind of what we have to look at here. We might stop a few people that are out there, and usually if they're homeschooled or whatever, they're not going to be looking suspicious or doing something, or they'd have a good reason. But the ones that are, those are the ones that we can make a difference in their lives, and I think we ought to try.
Thank you. I'm looking for a motion to move this to an action agenda.
Are we moving the secondary language, or are we moving the primary language, or what are we doing?
That depends on what the motion is.
I'd like to make a motion.
Mrs. Johnson.
I'd like to make a motion that we move this to February 15th council meeting, and that we have the language be for a primary offense rather than a secondary offense. That would be my motion.
I'll do that if you'll do it to the to the study meeting. I mean, to move it to the action.
To the study meeting, and I would like to have the school district there, if we can invite them there.
I think that's
I can do that.
Very good idea. So to clarify, when you say, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
What you just need to do is strike. We inserted Section 6, so you would just strike that provision that related to the secondary offense. It would then, therefore, make it a primary offense.
So the motion is to move this to the study session on February 15th, do you want to move that and put that on the action agenda for that night also?
Yeah, maybe on both.
Okay. And then, Mr. Turley, was that a second for that?
Yeah. Can we invite Representative Grover to come? I mean,
well, and I think it would be also good to have Judge Lindsay. Judge Lindsay, if we could have her.
Very busy. Maybe we ought to wait.
We could invite him. But
okay.
We could certainly invite a statement.
I'm just saying it'd be nice to have a balanced discussion. I think we've heard from the school district, whether it's 2 or 3 times. But anyway,
we
happy
haven't
to
heard
hear
from Judge Lindsay. I'd like to, because she's the one that, she probably gets those from the school. And she's
right. I think Cammie Cox would be another good one to talk to, because she's in the middle of it all. And then she could answer any questions on what the school district does exactly in their procedures.
That would be helpful.
Thank you. So the motion from Mrs. Johnson is to move this to study session and also mark it for council meeting that night on February 15th, and seconded by Mr. Turley. All in favor?
I'd like to say something before you move it. I won't be there on the 15th, so this will be the last time I speak to this issue with whatever you decide on it.
Can we move it to March then?
Yeah, March would be, I'll be back in March. Won't be there on the 15th. So I would like to say that to me there's some holes here that I don't think I'm satisfied with. And I was hoping that we could look at the secondary as a possibility to kind of bridge those gaps. But if we're going to move it to a primary offense, it just seems like too much government intrusion to me for parental oversight. And I can't see to me the loss of opportunity for every child and every college student that's out there that happens to look like they're 17, and there are a lot of them. I can't see how this is going to really address those issues. And although I agree that there needs to be something done, I'm not certain that this is the best, most effective way. I'd like to see the statistics that show me that this has been extremely effective, and how I know that what I'm doing here, if this has been implemented, that the results have created a better outcome, not for one school district, because we have charter schools, and we have other issues that we're dealing with. We have kids that are being carted around to different schools throughout the area, and some of them are walking around in our school district, and we're just going to pull them over because they look like they should have been in the school that they aren't involved with. So there's some concerns that I have that I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it addresses a lot of those issues for me. That's all.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to withdraw my second and propose a substitute motion that we just move this to when we can have as many council members involved in the discussion as possible.
You'll be back on
first meeting in March.
1st of March? Mm-hmm. Okay. Seconded by, substitute motion by Mr. Turley, seconded by Ms. Hall Everett.
Am I understanding that the motion is still as a primary?
As a primary.
Well, no, hold on a second.
It's for
In
discussion.
study, we can have this one sitting there, we can have the primary language sitting there, we can know what we're talking about, have all that in front of us.
And then if there's going to be a decision, we can move it to that council meeting that night for a vote, for an action item.
Or not, whatever our decision is, right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay. Substitute motion by Mr. Turley and seconded by Ms. Hall Everett. All in favor of moving it to March 1st?
The first meeting in March.
Yeah, all opposed? That will be 5
March 1st for both meetings.
for both meetings. All 5 in favor, 1 opposed. Mr. Beck is opposed.
Thank you.
Thank you.